What is up, everyone? My name would be Marsh. This is Focus Hip Hop, and today you are listening to episode 4 of the Greetings Earthworms podcast with myself, Marsh, and my co-host, Hester Valentine.
What's happening? What's happening? BX
Hell
in the
yeah.
motherfucking house.
We got a bit of a different setup this time. Hester is using a microphone, and I'm gonna admit I can already kind of tell a difference. It sounds pretty good.
Oh, that's crazy.
Um, yes, we are recording on February 16th, Monday, 2026. Um, how's your day going so far?
Ain't shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Another day, you know, same shit, different toilet. How you feeling?
Flush. Um, but yeah, my day is fine so far. To be honest, I've only been up for like an hour or two. I slept in on a Monday, which I didn't mean to do, but that kind of just ended up happening. Um,
Real.
but yes, shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to Lieutenant Head Trip
You're
of We Are the Karma Kids, rapper, producer, podcaster as well, um, performer, artist. Yes. Lieutenant Head Trip met with Hester and I virtually, and we discussed some things, mainly the future of Greetings Earthworms and how we will be evolving from this point forward. Um, and the quickest upgrade, I guess, that was possible was just the sound quality type situation. I'm actually using a wired headset right now. Uh, I got it specifically because Lieutenant Headship texted me and recommended these. Um, and they were on sale when he sent me the link. They were like $30 off.
a
So it
good
was
sale to get it done.
hell yeah, it was only $20. So I have to say I'm quite satisfied with that purchase. So yeah.
No doubt. And it's
Um
fashionable. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Like you feel like you could land a plane right now.
I feel like a true keyboard warrior with the headphone headset setup. But
Your lieutenant headset.
yes, Lieutenant Headset. That was great. But yes, he also gave me the idea during our meeting to give a quick preview of the future content of each episode. I probably shouldn't have used the word future in that sentence just now, but so in today's episode, I'm going to start things off, as always, with the trivia question. Then we're going to move on to the Greetings Earthworms mailbag. Then I want to get Hester's thoughts, uh, following up a few things that we mentioned last episode. Then there's a classic, dare I say, music video that I want to discuss that I sent to Hester that came out in like 2017. And I'm looking forward to talking
Talk about lost media.
for real, for real. And then I just, I'm sorry, it's so funny. Yeah. And then we will discuss some new releases, whatever we've been listening to. Then we will get into the main subject of today's episode, which is, of course, the discussion surrounding These Days by Absol, the
These
2014
motherfucking days.
follow up to the classic album Control System. Um, and then if we have time, I may mention a couple other things, but that's kind of extra stuff. So yeah, first up, it's time for trivia. Now I have three questions here, only one of which I will be asking.
Oh, I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Is so the each card, the card in the game that these questions are from, they have six questions each. So we've already done three of these, and I'm trying to decide which one I should do. There's one that's not that interesting, but it's kind of hard. And then there's one that's really easy, and then there's one that's really, really easy. I don't know which one I should ask. Maybe the one in the middle.
I mean, I love really easy, but
Okay, okay. So like if I had to rank these questions, the first one I mentioned, the likelihood that you get this, I'd say is like maybe a 2 out of 10, maybe 3, maybe 3. The
Mhm.
next one, I'd say probably an 8 out of 10 chance you get that right. And then the last one is a 10 out of 10 chance. I know you're gonna get that one right.
I'll rock with the 8 out of 10.
All right, bet. Here's the question. What is the name of Chance the Rapper's debut mixtape, cleverly recorded and titled during a suspension from his high school?
Um, that show was like 10 days or something like that, right?
Yeah, 10 day. About his 10-day suspension. I listened to that mixtape. I remember the exact year I listened to it. It was 10 years ago because I got into Chance right before Coloring Book came out because I wanted to I knew that project was about to come out, and that was probably that's probably the most hype any Chance the Rapper project has ever received is Coloring Book, like going into it at least.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be a part of that conversation or like partake in that conversation and have some idea of what I was talking about. So I listened to 10 Day and Acid Rap before that came out. I liked 10 Day at the time, at least. There's something about Chance's flow and delivery where it's like kind of off a little bit. Like if you listen to the first song on 10 Day, I think it's the first song. No, I'm thinking of Missing You. I think it's Missing You, but it's the song where that's track two. It's the song where he's like his flow is like da, I can't do it. Hold on. It's like something about his flow is just like it seemed like off a little bit, like almost offbeat, but it's like there's some things like some rappers can do where it's like they're barely pulling that flow off, you know? Like it's like if they were just like if you like poked them, they would distract them and then they would like fuck the flow up, you know?
Yeah.
Like he had to be locked in.
Yeah, it's like a
Um,
fun tension to hear, like when they're rapping. Like,
yes.
yeah, yeah, like I remember when I listened to Chance, that was the thing that like stuck out to me too. He just had like a real playful way of like just approaching verses and just
Hmm.
even the way he played with words, I thought was like, like I was walking away like, damn, like, this dude's super lyrical and nothing, but like just the way he played with words, I thought was like fun and just like, just like he had like every like a slick line every now and then.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I remember Acid Rap. I never heard the 10 day joint. I was not hip to Chance when that came out.
Uh-huh.
But then when Acid Rap came out, I was hearing about him a little bit and I listened to it and I was fucking with it. I didn't like. There's like some people that are like a little older than me, like a few of my friends who are like in their like early 30s, like that Chance the Rapper shit, that changed their life. Like niggas is like quiet as kept, like the way like people be talking about Cuddy. There's some people who like feel that way about like Chance, like Odd Future from that time. Like
Hmm.
it really holds like a special place in some people's heart. I was never one of those people though, but like
Yeah.
but I always thought he was like cool. Like I really like. I think he's like a fun rapper to listen to. At least that earlier stuff. I haven't listened to the newer record. I assume it's like less fun.
Um, well, okay, so there was the Big Day which came out in 2019, which was obviously terrible. But then the following album, Starline, didn't come out till 2025, and it took me a while to get to it. I listened to some of it a few months after it came out, and I remember I got like three, three or four songs, maybe five songs in, and then I turned it off because I realized I just do not care about Chance the Rapper anymore.
Fair enough.
It
Yeah, I
was
mean,
like it wasn't it definitely wasn't bad. Like it was if you're a Chance the Rapper fan, like that album will make you very happy because it's like a return to form or whatever, but I was just like I'm just over it. Like I don't care. I have no interest in listening to that. And that's another thing that happened last year was I got to a point where I was like I don't have enough time to spend listening to albums I know I'm not gonna like. So if I get a few songs in and it's like this really isn't the vibe, I'm just gonna turn it off at this point. Like before I
fair.
would have at least like tried to, listen to the whole thing.
Like I said, time is precious.
Yeah. For real, for real. No, like real shit though. Like
Nah, I mean,
um
we're gonna come back to this concept when we talk about the record of the episode.
but um let me just write that down so we don't forget. Time is precious. Um so yes. Well, 10 Day was the answer to that question. 10 Day, at the time, or 10 years ago, I liked it. I haven't listened to it in a long time. I doubt I would like it as much this if these days, but um I don't think I would hate it or anything. So anyway, let's go into the GE mailbag, the Greetings Earthworms mailbag. We have one message here
Let's go.
from my man Jambalaya Jim. It's just Jim, but I've been calling
Yeah,
him Jambalaya Jim lately, and I
thank you.
really don't know where that nickname came from, but for some reason I thought it was funny.
Wait, what did he say?
He didn't acknowledge it really. He just like ignored it.
No, I meant in the
Oh, oh,
mailbag.
okay. No, you mean the question. Sorry. Yes, let's get back to the point. This message, I'm gonna be honest, this message is not what I was looking for when I was asking people to send questions and stuff in. Um, but I appreciate getting anything, of course, but I'll just read it. It says from Jim, "Why is six afraid of seven? Please answer on the pod." 6 7.
I agree.
No, it's always. I thought he was making a 6 7 joke, but then I realized like, why is six afraid of seven has been a joke before, since before 6 7.
Oh, oh, you're fried. Yo, nah, you're cooked. You thought it's 6 7 before 8 9, bro.
Yes,
You're cooked.
bro. My friends are all like freshmen and shit, bro. Like they're always referencing shit like that. But yeah, see the reason I'm a little frustrated with this question is because usually Jim has asked me this question plenty of times in the past on Discord though. Um and I don't really find it that funny, but I play along with it just because, it's just Discord. Like we can get it over with quick. But here on the podcast, he asked me this question, and then all I can really say is, I don't know, Jim, why? And then I have to wait till like next fucking episode or till this episode comes out for him to hear me talking about this, and then that's when he can be like, I listened to your podcast to answer your question that you asked around the 15-minute mark because 789. That's what he's gonna say. And it's just gonna be like, okay, thank you for wasting my time with this pointless ass interaction. Am I being harsh?
I'm neutral here, keep up the engagement, guys. I'm gonna encourage people to use the mailbag. Um, but please do keep it to questions related to the pod, not riddles, and like preferably not riddles and puns and like please refrain. You can DM me those questions if you'd like. Feel free. I will respond there. But let's keep the mailbag. You
Right.
know.
All
So
right.
thank you for the engagement.
Yes, thank you, Jim. Thank you.
I'm very appreciative even with
Yeah,
that.
like I said, I'm glad to have any action in that channel. But yeah, so I wanted to follow up with a couple things uh we spoke about last time. Did you or did you not check out any of Kill Carl's music?
Man, I tried that shit at the gym, almost hurt myself. I nigga, uh, yo, nah, that shit trash. I couldn't finish it. It was 21 minutes. I think I got halfway through and I shut it off.
Do you
Like,
remember what the last song you heard was?
let me look at the titles. I might be able to remember off the title. Yo, nah, this was like this was like aggressively not for me. Like, I gotta be real with you. I was not jacking none of this.
Hmm.
Like, I didn't find it funny. I didn't find like I was like, this is so annoying. I think I might have stopped at "Don't Shit Where You Eat," maybe.
Okay. Okay, so that's a good amount. You got through most of the
Yeah, I don't think I
notable
was
stuff.
missing anything. Like, I don't think like at some point like "Stairway to Heaven" was like on track 9.
Well, I'm gonna say I do think track 8, Go Fuck Yourself, is actually my favorite song. I didn't mention that song in the last episode, but I revisited the album over the past couple weeks, and I was like,
Why?
this song actually kind of bangs.
Wait, why'd you revisit it?
Well, because if I'm being completely honest, I felt like I didn't give it a thorough enough thorough enough listen.
Yeah.
It's because like when we recorded the last episode,
Yo, wait, you stopped listening to the Chance the Rapper album, but went back to this shit. Yo, man.
because the Chance album, the Starline album, just nothing about it interested me at all. I mean, there were some interesting like themes around like blackness and like like I didn't even know what the title Starline was referring to when it came out. Um and I still couldn't explain it to you really, but when I heard about it, I was like, okay, that's actually kind of cool. Um but the Kill Carl, man, it's just like I actually, you know how like some people will say, I don't agree with this usually, but like some people will say having a bad album is better than having a mid album. At least I remember the bad album or some shit like that.
No.
You've never seen anyone say
No,
that?
no, no. I've seen people say it. I just no.
You don't agree.
No.
Yeah, I don't agree either. But with this in this circumstance, like I was about to say I think Starline is a better album than Suck on My Album, but I stopped myself because I would still just rather listen to Don't S- to Suck on My Album because I I find well, here's the thing. I would listen to certain tracks off of Suck on My Album, not the whole thing. But there are songs I genuinely like I can't listen to without smiling when I hear Go Fuck Yourself because it's like this is the dumbest shit I've ever
That's
heard in my
track
life.
8 though.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the tracks I like are tracks 4, 5, and 6, and then track 8. Um,
Oh, you like this joint then?
that's only 4 songs. How many are on here?
Like 10. Like you like I thought you
That's
hated this shit.
40. That's 40 out of 100.
I mean, yeah, but like
That's less than half.
that is less than half. But like those are the ones that you like. I feel like there's like ones that you're like impartial to, and I feel like that counts towards it being good or bad.
There was well, let me see what my least favorite one was
Like if you have
probably
four favorites and like two that you're like, this is cool, take it or leave it. That's a
uh-huh.
good. You could. That's six right there.
Mm.
You could say you like that album.
No, that's not how it works, bro.
It
Like
is, nah, bro. That's how it works. The math is mathing, gang.
um no, I don't I think the album overall is mid. I wouldn't say it's a bad album. I don't
That's
think that
see,
I
that's
don't
what I'm saying. You think it's mid, like you don't
okay.
think it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Suck on My Album is a bad album. If you just like, you have to have your expectations.
When did this change? Because I feel like last pod you like was like smoking it. You was like, nah, this shit was ass. Like,
No, no, no. Okay, it's definitely a disappointment. It's not as I was expecting it to be
oh, you
good.
had the bar up high.
Yeah, the bar was higher than you realize. Um, um, so I was expecting like at least a 7 out of 10, and I got at most a 5 out of 10.
That's funny as shit. I don't fuck
Um,
with it. Yeah, nah.
but like I said, in the last episode, I think I said this. The Instagram Reels kind of enhance it. Like seeing him perform the songs with that dumbass smile on his face while he holds up a middle finger, uh, that enhances it to me. So I enjoy him more in real form than in uh, MP3 or whatever.
Fire.
All right. The next thing I wanted to ask you about was uh, did you see Professor Skye talking about incest porn in Game of Thrones?
Bro, nah, bro was chatting that whole video. Like I didn't even. Bro, I was watching and I was like, when is he gonna get to the point? Like,
Mhm.
he never got to the point.
What point in particular are you referring to?
I don't know. I felt like that video could have been like 10 minutes, bro.
Hmm.
Because like I felt like a lot of the beginning, he was just like repeating himself. And I was like, bro, I get it. Like I
This
get it.
is uh, a common critique of Professor Sky is that he's kind of a yapper.
Yeah, like I was like, this. He's not really like you're not offering insight. You just keep saying like this raises up this question. And this, like, all
Hmm.
right, cool. Like, all right, like thank you for telling me that it's like making this question in your mind. Now, like address the question.
Yeah. Um, and did you see the part in particular where he did mention Game of Thrones that
I may have missed it, bro. Like I don't know. Like
damn,
I because I don't
you were
even
tuned
remember.
out by that point, probably.
Yeah, I was because I was listening and I was like, you chatting.
Fuck.
But he said that like game. That's crazy though. I don't want to
Hmm.
rehash what we did this in the last pod, but yeah, nah.
Yeah, we okay. I was just checking to see if you had any more commentary on that, but it's cool. All right. So here's probably gonna be my favorite part of this episode. Uh, on Friday at like 10:45 p.m., I sent you a link to a YouTube video, and it's for a music video for a particular song that has gone down in history as so the artist that performs it is not taken seriously. Nobody really respects this artist anymore, at least. The people who at one point did respect him have grown up and matured. And I'm, of course, speaking about the one and only lyricist extraordinaire, the almighty savior of hip hop, Hobson. Um, the song in particular is, of course, Happy Ending. And this song came out in 2017, I believe, during a time in my life that was very dark. Um, and I think when it came out, I watched it once, but there was so much going on in my life where I couldn't like give it the attention it deserved or the appropriate reaction. Um, so I kind of just thought to myself, this is fucking weird and crazy. And then I moved on. And then ever since it came out, well, let me slow down. He released the music video, then the music video got taken down um because I guess well, I don't really know in particular what the reason for it being taken down was. I'm guessing it has something to do with it being too sexual. Uh Either that or the racism.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the two. If
All of
it's
the above.
if if it's something other than that, then that's kind of crazy.
It's absent of taste,
Yes,
intact.
but Hobson, after it was taken down, he tweeted something like, "Man, they're playing with my livelihood, removing my art from from YouTube or some shit like that." And then he was like, "I didn't see not one nipple in that music video. I wore a dick sock." And then so in the years following its release, that song has kind of gone down uh as probably Hobson's most infamous song, which is saying a lot. And for those of you listening, you might have seen it when it came out, but probably haven't seen it in a while because it got taken down. Someone re-uploaded it to YouTube, and you can probably find it. I might put the link in the description on YouTube for this video because I think everyone should revisit it. Um, I'm just gonna
Why?
warn you, it is 100% way worse than you remember it being. I promise you. Um, but I will say it's also genuinely the hardest I have ever laughed at a music video in my life. What did you think of it? Did you rewatch it when I sent it?
Uh, yeah, a little, yeah, like cause you sent it, so I was like, I figured you would want to talk about it, so I looked, yeah, it's terrible. Like it's like really awful. The song is bad for every reason you could think of.
hmm
The video is awful. Is in poor taste, no tact, racist as shit, not funny. Like, yeah, it is awful.
Bro,
Like, I have nothing like positive to say about that video. It was a lapse of judgment.
I was I was watching this shit. I was smoking with my friends and I stopped the sesh and I made all my friends watch this music video while we were high as shit. And I was just watching this shit like this is so over the top. Like these are absurd levels of like I don't even know, like just like what like this is so insane.
You sound like you kind of fuck with it a little bit.
I
It's the kill culture all over again,
it
bro.
kind of is, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not gonna lie. I've dead ass watched that music video like 5 times all the way through in the past couple days.
Yo, fam. What the fuck?
It's so
Oh,
funny, bro.
bro, I maybe seen it 5 times in life, if even that. Like, I don't, yo, dog.
Bruh, it
Oh,
was I
and
was
that's even crazy.
I was I was laughing so hard, bruh. And it wasn't just me. Like all of my well, like one of my friends was laughing, and the other friends were just kind of annoyed with me. Um, but yeah, no, that is some funny ass shit, bro. Like, of course it's in poor taste, it's. But I want to clarify.
It was like an even more racist Lil Dicky song,
Yeah,
like
I do want to clarify. I'm 100% laughing at Hobson and not with Hobson on this one. Although I will say there's one scene like when he first walks into the Asian massage parlor and he starts rapping about like I hope there are no cops here. I'm paranoid about like being caught. And then the camera just zooms in on Hobson and he's like invisible deep thought and then he like shakes his head and snaps out of it. And that scene in particular, I can't explain why, but that is the funniest part to me. 100%.
you've seen this show a lot.
1000%.
I mean, this. Oh shit. Nigga said my favorite part is Tom Stamp 213.
Wait, so you're telling me you didn't laugh when you watched this shit? You were just sitting there angry that I was
No,
wasting it.
no. I wasn't like so like all right. When I first like saw this, when I was like I probably was around like 17 ish or whatever. I don't remember when this shit came out, but whenever I saw it, I
Hmm.
remember like I don't know. I don't remember ever thinking it was like super like funny. Like I thought it was like stupid as hell. I was like, this is like I just couldn't believe like I was like, what? Like it was like the audacity is crazy. Like
That's what
I
makes
just
it funny though to me.
yeah, no, I definitely get that. But like yeah, I don't know. I was just thought like I was like, okay, this is whack. Like I don't know. Like this
Yeah.
is just bad. Like but yeah, nah, like I think like a lot of my feelings are kind of the same on it, like in present day. Where I'm
Hmm.
just looking at it and I'm like, this is like to me, it's like funny in the context of like Hobson in general. Like you know what I
Right.
mean?
If it was someone other than Hobson, it wouldn't be as funny.
Like like just because it's like, your fam, what was this nigga doing? Like
That is exactly what I was thinking. I was
like
like, why did he do this? Like, what was the thought
it's
process?
like uncalled for. Like at no point did anyone ever think to themselves, I want to hear how like this don't even make sense for your character. Like you was like, what do you use, bro? And then he's done a lot of memeable things,
Hmm.
I guess. So like, he's just a fun person to look at from that perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, this joint was terrible. Like, bro,
No,
I'm
I will say, even though I find it hilarious, it is genuinely probably the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
yeah, no, it's really bad. But you know what this reminds me of? Like
Hmm.
there is like a music video I do have the relationship that you have with this like video with.
Hmm.
Like the Tech Nine the rock joint.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yo,
That's a really good one.
yo, yo, the rock verse, I was just looping that John. Like it's like
Bro, he killed that shit, bro. It's about drive, it's about power.
take what's out. You know, yeah, bro, went crazy.
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. Put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours.
Nah, salute to Dwayne, bro. Bro, nigga went
Bro
crazy.
snapped, bro. Um, well, anyway, let's get to new releases. You listen to anything, or it doesn't even have to be new, but what have you been listening to the past couple weeks?
So I've been listening. Well, the new Jill Scott came out, so I was listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta check it out. If y'all not listening to the new Jill Scott, put that in your ears right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Outside of that, I just just been listening to like Prince.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to the Ab Soul joint for the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Jade put out a single, not like recently. I think the single been out, but like the album's coming out like next week or some shit. So I was listening to that.
Jade,
Yeah, you know, Jade,
how do you spell it?
KJADE.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't know it was. I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah. Now
I mean,
listen to
I I,
Trade.
I know
Nice
of them. I
Nice.
don't think I've ever listened to them.
Yeah, no, some regular shit. You know what I'm saying? What about you? What you been listening to?
Um, so I haven't. I didn't listen to as much as I would have liked. Would have liked to get at least one more new album in. I'm still checking out shit from last month, personally. Um, I have not heard the Jill Scott album, and
Tap in with it.
I'm gonna be honest, I have heard zero Jill Scott's albums.
Oh, that's crazy. You gotta get in that. Get involved with that.
That might be a fun discography to run through. Um, yes. But I did listen to The Fall Off by J. Cole.
Oh shit, that did come out. Oh shit. I forgot. Oh damn. Yeah, oh hell no, I ain't listen to that shit.
Damn.
I really forgot that came out. Wow. Nah, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I had no clue where you was going with that. I was like, what record is you about to say? I really forgot. Oh shit, mouthful. Yeah, like
That's funny.
this year segment go crazy.
Um,
He pulling out the notes. Oh
yeah,
shit.
well, you know,
Oh shit.
so J. Cole, I'm from North Carolina. People here love J. Cole. At least they did when I was in high school. Uh, I remember, well, I got into J. Cole around when the Sideline story came out. Um, my favorite song on that one is the one where he says, "You might think you are the shit, but you will not out fart me." That song's pretty fire. Obviously, that line is notorious, but the song as a whole, I think, is fire, especially production wise. But anyway, uh, I actually like the Sideline story. I know people don't really talk about that album that much, at least not when they're discussing what they like about J. Cole. Born Sinner is another polarizing one. Uh, People aren't that hot on that one, uh, unless you're, a fan. I like both of these albums. And I generally usually do like J. Cole's albums. Um, I wouldn't call myself a fan, but in general, I do like him. Um, I've heard all his shit, I think. The Truly Yours EPs. Um, I actually think 2014 Forest Hills Drive is the second most overrated hip hop album of the 2010s.
Oh shit.
Like people talk about that album like it's a like undisputed classic
Yo,
that is 100% fire.
nah.
That album is not that damn good,
Yo.
but there are some fire moments on it, of course. But I don't see it as a significantly better album than the rest of his other shit, personally.
Damn.
Um, Not to say it's bad. I do like the album, but
Nigga said the second most overrated album of all time. God damn, son.
of the 2010s. And then For Your Eyes Only, I have not listened to it in full since the year it came out. So that was 10 years ago. Uh, I didn't like it at the time. I thought it was just okay. I liked what he was going for with the, like the She's Mine songs, but in execution, they were way too sleepy for me. Um, and the song Deja Vu is ass. I fucking hate that song. That hook is terrible. And I didn't even like that sample when Bryson Tiller used it, so um I don't think J. Cole sounds good over that shit. Um but the title track For Your Eyes Only is pretty fucking awesome. And Neighbors is of course fire. And I think I really like the song Change too. Then we get KOD. That's probably my least favorite uh J. Cole album, to be honest. I liked it a lot at the time when it came out, but I don't think it has aged well at all. ATM is cool. Kevin's Heart, I really like the beat on that one, I think. Same with Once an Addict. Yeah. I actually J. Cole released a freestyle over Uchi Wally that year, at the end of the year, called the freestyle was called Album of the Year Freestyle. And I actually think that verse and freestyle as a whole are better than pretty much everything on KOD. Um, I don't think he rapped that well on the album. Then we get 4 years ago, I think, or yeah, well, 2021. Um, that's 5 years ago. Anyway, um, the off season came out, and that was it seems like that was the first J. Cole album that like nobody like a lot of people agreed was pretty good. Um, that's not to say everyone did, of course, but this was definitely I think most people would say it's one of his better albums. Um, Although there are songs on there that I don't love that much. Um, I'd never want to hear a song like Pride is the Devil. Uh, and it's not a bad song. It's cool. I don't like when I hear that beat, I don't want to hear that sound. Like that's not the style that I want. Um, J. Cole and Lil Baby. But 95 South is fire. Punching the Clock is fire. Let Go My Hand is fire. Um, anyway, 2025 rolls around. Wait, let me slow down. Was it 2020? 2024 is when Might Delete Later came out. The Might Delete Later is the only project I've heard from J. Cole that I think is actually bad. Um, or that I would say I didn't think was good at all. Like There's not a single, I think that's the only J. Cole project I've heard where there's not a single song I would return to. Um, and then of course we get the diss to Kendrick Lamar at the end of it that he eventually takes down and he apologizes. People are still mad at J. Cole for apologizing to this day, and they will not stop talking about it anytime J. Cole is brought up. Personally, I actually don't give a shit that he apologized. I didn't want to hear J. Cole in that beef anyway. Um, it doesn't make a difference to me.
Yeah, three is like two's two. What did they say? Three is a crowd or something like that. Oh, whatever the fuck the phrase is.
Mhm.
Anyways, yeah, it would have been way less interesting with three people, and I didn't even want to hear that. And to me, he's always been a distant third, anyways.
Hmm.
So it was cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't care about him apologizing and backing out of the beef. And people are like, well, I don't want to hear J. Cole rapping about being the best rapper if he's gonna back out of the beef. And on one hand, I kind of get that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna pretend like I personally care about that. Like every rapper raps about being the best pretty much, so I don't give a shit about that. But yes, the album so then 2025 comes around, J. Cole releases a single called Clouds, which is fire. Um, I think I had just come out of the hospital when it came out, so it took me a while to get to it. But that is probably maybe the best flow J. Cole has ever had for a whole song. Is the song Clouds. His flow on that song is excellent. Um, and yeah, that song had me looking forward to whatever would come next. He released maybe like one or two other singles before that that I kind of had mixed feelings on. But then, okay, now the Fall Off is out. Came out earlier this month. It's a double disc album, and I think it's J. Cole's best album, personally. I
Fire.
actually really like this album. Um, and I think for the most part his fans agree. Uh, I think I maybe saw like one or two people that claim to be disappointed with it. If you're a J. Cole fan and you're disappointed with the fall off, I'm very confused about what you were expecting and what you wanted. Uh, of course, if you're not a J. Cole fan, you're probably not gonna like it. Uh, there may be some songs you like, but I don't think like it, I feel like I'm the exception to the rule. Uh, that let me not say that. Let me pull back a little bit. I feel like I'm one of the few people that would not consider myself a J. Cole fan, but would say that I liked every single track on this album. There are some songs that I don't uh like the song Bunts Road Blues appears to be one of the more popular songs from the album. I didn't uh I do like the song, but it's not something I would highlight as one of my favorites. So I like the first disc more as a whole, but my favorite song appears on disc two. Um, 39 intro, the first song on disc two. 39 intro is my favorite song. I think it's one of the best songs J. Cole has ever made. Uh, I can imagine a lot of people might not like that song because he's singing for the first like 60% of it, maybe. But once he eventually starts rapping, that verse is crazy. His flow, fly. That song is excellent. And yeah, I liked every track. the first song that really stood out to me on the first disc is Safety. This song has been getting some attention. Personally, I think this is the quintessential J. Cole song on this album. This is one of the most J. Cole songs I've ever heard. One of the most J. Cole songs J. Cole has ever made. It just sounds like pure J. Cole. Like if you're a J. Cole fan and you somehow don't like this song, that's very interesting to me. Uh, the final verse has been getting some flack because he says some uh kind of bizarre shit about gay people, which, just kind of uh strengthens my point about this being the most J. Cole song ever. Because that's something that J. Cole has been infamous for a while now, is his weird uh kind of homophobic tendencies, I guess. Or he always says some he generally says some questionable shit about like LGBT people. Um
Yeah.
so let me see what he said on this song because I don't remember.
Oh, you about to quote him?
I might have to quote him.
Oh shit.
All right. We've
Wait,
been
wait, wait,
known.
wait, wait, hold on. Which episode is this?
This is episode 4.
The fourth and final episode. Go ahead.
We've been known what team he acknowledged. Wait. We've been know what team he acknowledged since we was kids. He lived in a closet, but that changed soon as he went to college, up there whiling at A&T, running with fruity types, dicking the booty types, tight pants, switching their hips, painting their nails. So niggas from the Ville had to distance ourselves. He, f- I don't want to read all this, bro. There's too much. But basically, it's him talking about like he kind of tries to do like what Kendrick was doing on Auntie Diaries, where he was like, "Yo, I used to be dumb and ignorant and homophobic, but now I'm an adult. I know things now." But it seemed way more. It felt more sincere when Kendrick did it. Um, because like the way I personally don't really have that much of an issue with it, but I'm just trying to explain why some people have been criticizing it. Um, Referring to someone as a dick in the booty type is a little crass. So yeah,
I don't fuck with that shit. I didn't really
yeah,
fuck with Auntie Diaries and I don't fuck with this one.
hmm
Like I get it, like you're trying to tell the story or whatever, but you could find different, more effective ways to tell the story.
hmm
Cause I don't know, I don't think he's doing anything that yeah, I don't know. To me it's just like it kind of undercuts the message of the song to like just I don't know.
yeah, and I will say this song in particular, Safety. Um, this verse did not need to be here because like he's not rapping about that at all for the first part of the song. So it seems a bit unnecessary. Uh, J. Cole at one point in his career was someone who uh got labeled as fake deep a lot, and I feel like it's because of moments like this where he probably thought like, man, I'm about to show so much maturity and growth with this. Uh, but it seems like he's trying to give himself a pat on the back for not hating gay people. Basically, that's kind of what it feels like. But maybe that's a bit unfair, but that's me going all the way with what I was given through the music. So yeah.
I just
But
feel
dope
like,
album though.
I was gonna say, I just feel like if like you if you're not part of the affected group, it really shouldn't be your call to decide. Like, I can just say whatever I want to paint my picture. Like, I don't know. I just as a like a creator on a much smaller scale myself. I don't know. That's not something I would do.
Hmm.
I don't. To me, that just doesn't feel like my place to like. That shouldn't be how I'm painting my pictures. Like I don't really see the value in doing like that.
Yeah, something about it felt well, I don't want to talk about this too much, but yeah, it was it was a low point on the album for sure. Although I do still love the song, that verse in particular, it was a little it was just kind of weird. It was weird as fuck, to be honest, but cool album, dope album. I actually would say it is one of the better albums I've heard so far this year. Um,
Gotta put
but
that
yeah.
Jill Scott in your ears, man.
Yeah, I'll check that out for next episode. I'm saying that now, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, the next album I listened to is, of course, Electronic Art. Nobody Beats the Rogue by O Dawg. A significantly more obscure album than The Fall Off. However, also a great album. Uh, I can't remember how I first became familiar with O Dawg. I want to say it was um a Blood Blixing feature. He was featured on a Blood Blixing project, I think. Um, and then I think I started following him around like 2024. Uh, yeah, in 2024, towards the beginning of the year, he put out an EP called Shit Getting Expensive. That was the first project I heard from him, and it was pretty good. Then later that year, he put out an album called hashtag Distractions, which was also, well, it was even better than the EP. It was very good. Um, and then he might have put something out last year, but I can't remember. I didn't listen to it if it came out last year, but he just put out this new album, Electronic Art Nobody Beats the Rogue, on January 20th, I believe. And it's really dope. The opening couple tracks, uh, they led me to believe that this would be kind of a like a drumless album where he's kind of like doing the Rock Marciano type beats a little bit, which there is that on this album, uh, for sure. But it's definitely more diverse than I expected it to be based on those couple opening tracks. Um, there are beats from Wavy to God, Grim Doza, Camouflage Monk, Swum, and others, but those are some of the most notable um, and recognizable to me at least names. Um, yeah, O Dawg, dope rapper. Um, as always, I will put a link to the stuff we were talking about in the YouTube description box. My favorite song on the O Dawg album is Shining Force, but I also really love Press Start as well as the ending of Your Start. Um, Dope album. Check it out. And that's all I have to say about that, I think. Oh, wait. One last thing. The album cover for Electronic Art, Nobody Beats the Rogue, definitely threw me off a little bit. Um, I don't really know what the title and album cover are referencing. I don't know what the Rogue is. Uh, but the album cover looks like a what are like a Flash game on the internet. It looks like an old Flash game drawing type thing. I think it's kind of a I don't know. I don't really like the cover. I'm just gonna be honest, but the music is fire.
Wait, nigga, wait, yo. Nah, you ill, bro. Like you be you be doing these stories on purpose? Like
Doing what
nigga,
on
nah,
purpose?
cause this is like you were about to stop talking about it and said, wait, nah, one more thing. And I'm like, oh, he about to like put it on. Nigga said, nah, I really didn't fuck with this cover, bro. Like the music was like fire and I recommend it, but the cover trash. And I cannot like like you need to know that this cover is trash.
Well, it's because like I don't know, it was like the first thing I noticed about the album. I was like, what is this? Like this looks weird. This looks fucking silly. Like I don't know. I just don't really fuck with it. But it's cool. You know, there are a lot of good albums with covers I don't fuck with. Maybe not a lot, but um anyway, let's get into it. This is what y'all all came for, maybe. Absol these days, 2014. When this album came out, it was quite polarizing. Uh, it was following up Absol's probably most critically acclaimed release being um, Control System, which I still love to this day. And when These Days came out, people were very disappointed. It was not what they were expecting. Uh, People were saying Absol sold out. I know what I think. I will say what I think of the album eventually, but before I do that, I would love to know what you thought of These Days.
Sure. Yeah. Absol these days. I remember listening to it in real time as a child. And I really was not feeling it
Hmm.
as a young person. And I was a big Absol fan. I really dug Control System. Absol, he was like my favorite member of TDE at a point in time.
Hmm.
And yeah, this record, I was like, I don't know. I just a kid. It wasn't just the energy I was looking for from Absol.
Yeah.
Um, but like I would listen to it every now and then, at like through the years or whatever. Um, but it's been a while since I've listened these days. Like I don't think I've like listened to it like as an adult much really.
Hmm.
And revisiting it, ooh, like some of these songs just like feel like they just won't end. Like
Hmm.
they're just and there's something interesting. Like I like Absol's like approach. I don't know. This is like just a he's just an interesting guy, like just interesting personality. Like when like just the world he creates is like interesting.
Hmm.
And in Control System, like it's like this like he's like this intellectual guy who's doing but he's doing a bunch of drugs and reading a bunch of conspiracies and also just studying a bunch of things. He just has all these thoughts and like just he's interested in how like I don't know, systems of control or whatever, right?
Hmm.
And this you see some of those sensibilities here, but like it feels like he's like trying to like make like a record that's like about like now I'm getting money and like it's making me like like kind of like dumb, not dumb, but like just kind of it's like a kind of like mindlessness, right?
Hmm.
And I don't know, the album feels just like weirdly like self-conscious and I and yeah, it's just like the songs aren't good enough to justify being this kind of like one note, like
Yeah.
I feel like there was like an idea that he had that he wanted to portray, but like he doesn't really do anything like subversive or interesting with it. He kind of just like lets it like just drift
Hmm.
in the wind, and then you just kind of get these like kind of boring ish songs
Yeah.
where like just the things that make him interesting as a rapper are kind of not showcased as like well as they could be, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But those are
Um,
my general thoughts.
yeah. So I would not say this is a good album. Definitely not. Um, I like about half of the songs on it, like exactly half. I think there are 14 on here, and I liked seven. Um, this is a very frustrating album for me because I love Absol. I've never really, I don't think, I haven't written about him in like 10 years, but, I love Absol's music. I love him as a rapper. I love his story. Uh, but I feel like he, to this day, hasn't really given me the perfect Absol album that I've always wanted. And these days is probably where he missed the mark the most. Um, let me pull up the track list real quick. Hold on. So, Absol. I loved Control System. I even listened and enjoyed the listened to and enjoyed the long-term mixtapes. Uh Long-term mentality, the his debut album was just okay, but Control System was fire. And these days, yeah, that album was just a major disappointment when it came out. I didn't it's a really I use the word frustrating to describe it, but it's also a kind of a bizarre and confusing album because I'll listen to it and then I'll ask myself, what am I missing? Because it feels like there's supposed to be something like more substantive here. And I will say, like, if you look at the album cover and then you listen to the album, at multiple points he's making references to himself being like a reincarnation of Jesus Christ. He keeps saying, I'm more than a man. I died and rose again. You see these holes in my hand, so you know who I am. Some shit like that. Those are like he repeats those lines exactly at
That's the
multiple
hook on
points.
Stigmata. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and that's really cool. I feel like that was a really cool feature of this album, but I don't really get the point of it or why it's here or what he was trying to do with that. Um, it is an interesting aspect of the album. I just don't really get it or why it's presented that way or how it ties into the rest of uh the album.
he does that often, I think.
Uh-huh.
Right, like I feel like Control System was a little similar in that way, and like Do What Thou Wilt, where there's like a an overarching theme and like a an idea that he is like setting up exploration of,
Hmm.
but then we get all these kind of like weird tangents.
Yeah.
And so like it ends up kind of like you don't like I don't listen to an Absol album and get like answers, like I
Yeah, it's
like
almost like there's like not a payoff
yeah,
kind of.
yeah, yeah. It's like it's yeah, there's a lot of setup with like I don't know if that paid off all the way.
Yeah. Like with Do It That Wilt, I liked that album a lot at the time it came out. I don't really revisit it that much, but I remember there was like a weird like thing about women on that album where he's like pointing out like misogynistic or like patriarchal aspects of society and shit. But it's like, how does that connect to the rest of everything else on this album? Or like, what is the why where are you going with that? You know? So with these days, it was the Jesus thing. Um, I wish I understood it more or got how it connected, but yeah, so the album starts off actually I think pretty good. I really like God's Reign with SZA. Um there are some so at this point on the album it's already clear that the lyrical content is a bit more uh generic in some ways than it was on excuse me on Control System. My favorite line on this song, hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's during the second verse, I think. This line is like I feel like it would be trash depending on who spat it, but coming from Absol and the way he performed it here on this beat, I think it worked for me. Okay, I'm gonna do my Absol as my Absol impression. He says, "Gotcha lady with literature in her Louis bag. Gotcha kids studying outside of class. Every project that I dropped, she bottom. So now she read more than she read bottom." God
Yeah,
damn, I butchered that, but that
now he
was
smoked
funny.
that. Yeah,
That
that's
sounded
cool,
just
man.
like Absol, bro.
Yeah, nah, it did. I was like, you know,
But nah, when I heard him say that, I was like, okay, that's kind of fire. It's stupid as fuck, but it's like I don't know the way he pulled it off in my opinion.
yeah, nah, that's cool, bro.
Um, and then Tree of Life is even better in my opinion. I think that's one of the best songs on the album.
Yeah, I really like Tree of Life.
I remember when that song came out, it dropped like a week or two before the album came out. And I was like, okay, this album might be kind of fire. But then we get track three, and this is where it starts to go downhill for me. Uh, Hunted Stacks with Schoolboy Q. Um, so this song isn't I don't think it's a bad song, but this is like the opposite of the type of shit I want to hear from Absol. Um, actually, I don't even know if I'll say that. I just think the execution is off because like Absol raps about very superficial things at times, and I think he does it well. But the content wasn't even my issue with this song. My biggest issue with this song is the uncredited hook from Mac Miller. That hook is fucking terrible.
Yeah, I don't like that hook.
What the fuck were they thinking? I was mad listening to this shit. Like, and you would probably expect that listening to These Days by Absol. But this is probably the moment where I was like most angry. I was like, why would you do this for a hook? Like the only good thing about the only way you could possibly like this hook is if you're just a really big Mac Miller fan and you're just excited to see Mac Miller here. Because there's nothing good about that hook.
And like, and Hundred Stacks is like part of. It's like a song that speaks to like my issues with the record, because like it feels like purposely like I don't want to say dumb, but like even like the way the hook is delivered is like very like just kind of, you know, I really wish I had a better word than dumb, but it's just like just mindless, you know, like just like in a haze, you know, like I'm
Yeah.
just withdrawn just because I'm just so like wrapped up in the lifestyle or whatever.
Hmm.
And and Absol feels like really detached in these moments to me. And it feels like someone like I don't know. I don't like hearing rappers rap and feeling like they're like judging the way that they're rapping, if that makes sense. Like if you're rapping in a way that's to like go like, look at how stupid like this
Oh,
like
I get what you're
idea
saying.
is. You know what I mean? Like it's that's not like an interesting thing to me.
Yeah, I did see. I remember when the album came out, I saw people saying it was like supposed to be satire of what's popular these days. And I was like, that of course leads to the harsh reality that when you're doing something ironically, you're still doing it.
And it'd be a different story if like the songs were more interesting, but I just don't think that like you said, the execution just it never like coalesced for me. Like
Hmm.
Schoolboy Q's verse is like my favorite part of the entire song. Like when he's rapping, there's like an energy that kind of comes into the song,
Hmm.
and then once he stops, it goes back to like kind of feeling like, you know, whatever. And yeah, like I felt that way a lot during this record.
Hmm.
I just didn't really enjoy it. It's not like a fun framing to like listen to.
Um, for those of you who haven't heard this album or this song in particular in a while, the hook from Mac Miller on Hunted Stacks is basically him sounding like he's like under the influence of at least four substances and he's like laying in bed and they're like holding a microphone and computer up to him like being like, Mac, can you please record a hook for this song? We just need something. And then he's like half asleep and he's like, okay, I got you. And then he spits that and you listen to it and you're like, wow, this is probably the worst creative decision they could have made with this song because it sounds completely out of place amongst the rest of the song, which is supposed to be high energy. And then you just get this absolute slog of a hook from Mac Miller. I can't express enough how frustrated I was listening to that hook. The
Yeah,
look on
shit is
my
dumb.
face while I was walking down the street with this in my AirPods was that of utter confusion. But yeah, I could go on and on about that song. It's of course followed by Dub Sack.
I fuck with that one. I like upset.
Dub Sack was okay. Um, I remember when it came out because that one also came out before the album dropped. And when I listened to it as a single, I was like, this is like super okay. Like I don't The beat's kind of cool, but I don't really think Absol did what I wanted him to do over it. Um, it's just kind of it's just super underwhelming. That's like the best word I can use to describe this album. Underwhelming. Um, but Dubsack definitely not a bad song. It's better than I remembered it being. I'll say that. And I do think it transitions into the following song very well. Uh, World Runners with Lupe Fiasco and Nicky Jean. Actually, I think it's pronounced Nicky Jean. Might be a French type situation, but
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
I actually don't know if that's how you pronounce it at all. But World
Jean.
Runners is my favorite song on the album, which may be uh unsurprising to people because it features Lupe. But I'm gonna be honest, Lupe's verse isn't even that great to me. Um, I like some parts of it, but the way it ends is pretty it feels like it kind of just fizzles out. And yeah, it would be my favorite song even if Lupe wasn't on it. That hook is fire.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't like that song.
Damn.
Um, I mean, yeah, like I don't know. There's enough stuff on this record that I like, so I don't want to like shit on the songs that I don't like too much. But like
Hmm.
I didn't, I wasn't like this was yeah, I was cool. Like I I was like I don't want this singing. I'm not jacking that. I'm not like I'm not the verses are like okay. Like I was like this is not it was lettuce.
Mm.
That shit was that was straight up that was salad.
But I love that song. I'm not gonna lie. That beat is crazy. I love Absol's vocals on the hook and Nicki Jean. Um, there are parts of Lupe's verse that I really like. Um, and I think I remember Absol's verse being cool, but it's mainly just the hook that I like the most. Um, but yeah. Then we
Can
get
you
Never
sing
Mind
it?
That. What?
Can you sing it?
Yeah, hold on. Ooh.
Oh shit.
Maybe I'm just a dreamer, and life is but a dream, and I would never leave her, but I bet she can't wait to get rid of me. There
Oh
you
shit.
go. I feel
Nick
like we get at least one moment like that in every episode.
Nick Jean.
Um, so then after that track we get Never Mind That featuring Rick Ross. This is one of those songs that I feel like should not exist. Who is asking for Absol and Rick Ross collab?
Me.
You a goddamn lie.
Yeah.
The thing is, this song, it actually could have been much worse than it was. Because it's not that bad of a song, really. I don't even know if I would say it's bad at all. It's just not good. Um, yeah, again, super underwhelming.
Yeah, it's not
It's like a
terrible.
nothing, it's like nothing.
Yeah. Like the like again yeah, these songs just could have been like they just had to be better. Like that's like to me that's like the just the biggest issue here. Like these songs weren't just I don't know. Like a lot like we could go track by track, but there's a large stretch of this where I was just like I'm cool. I don't need any
Hmm.
of this. Like I don't think I started like fucking with the like I liked Tree of Life. I liked Dubsack. I liked Stigmata, and then Ride Slow. I was like, this is like Ride Slow was the song I wanted the whole album to be.
Right. Um, yeah. I liked it a little bit more than you, I think. Um, but yeah, you all the songs you mentioned are also songs I liked. Well, I didn't really like Dubsack that much, but it's okay. My favorites are God's Reign, Tree of Life, World Runners. Just mentioned I don't like Nevermind That. After Nevermind That we get Twacked, which is probably my least favorite. Actually, it's one of my least favorite songs on here. Twacked is the song where I was like, okay, Absol has lost the plot. Um, that song is fucking terrible. Well,
Yeah,
it's not even like it's just like it's bad, but it's not even bad in like an interesting way. It's just like it's just generic as fuck. It sounds like it's like if Absol tried to make a um like an I Am Sue or a Problem song, or I guess he goes by Jason Martin now, but it's like a League of Stars type uh West Coast Absol song. And I would say that Absol's verse is probably the best moment on this song, but that's sadly not saying much at all because his verse isn't even that that great. Um, yeah, again, just super like I get nothing from this. Track 8 is called Just Have Fun, and I'm going to be honest, I actually love this song. And I actually think that this song is like probably my second favorite on the album, and I think it epitomizes the album the most. I think it represents the album the best, I would say. Um I really like the beat. The beat is fire. And um I'm not really a fan of this artist. I've never really found him that interesting. Uh I don't really see anything like I don't get why I just don't get why anyone would like this artist, but I actually enjoyed the hook from them on this song in particular. I'm of course speaking about Dash, the rapper.
you got beef with Dash? Like,
I
why?
don't got beef with him. I don't know. I just like
That was mad.
he's so meh.
Yo,
Like who
I'm not
listens
gonna
to
lie. If I was an artist and I just like stumbled upon across a podcast where like I like had like two lines on a nigga's album, and a nigga just had a minute like just shitting on me, I'd be tight. I'd be like, yo, it's not even my fucking record. Like how? I, damn.
Nah, but I liked his hook on here. I liked the lines he spit. Um that might be sampled from one of his own songs actually. Well there is I was I remember I was in the midst of writing a review for an EP by Dash and V Don called Five Deadly Venoms. And I straight up said in the review something along the lines of, why am I reviewing this? Who gives a fuck about Dash? Nobody even wants to read this review. And then from that moment forward, I became much more selective with whatever I covered.
That's crazy. Dash was cool. I fucked with Dash. I fucked with Dash. This is
Nah, bro.
this song is 2014 as fuck though. Like
Just
this
have
definitely,
fun.
yeah, like it definitely feel like 2014. It definitely. yeah, I didn't fuck with this song because like it felt like just sellout, not sellout, but like, it just felt like, bro, I just don't believe that you want to make these songs, and that's not like fair of me to say. Like I can't judge the dude's intent or whatever, but like
Mhm.
just I'm just listening to this and I'm like, this just doesn't sound like the rest of the record. I don't know. Like this sounds like some shit you want to be able to play at a festival or something. You know,
Yeah. No, this
like
song would go crazy live though. You're right.
it is like none of your other songs are like festival type shit. So like for you to like just be making like one, it's like yo dog. Like I don't know. I mean, again, like maybe if I liked the song more, I'd mind it less.
hmm
But just none of these songs, like all my favorite verses on this record are from like the features and
hmm
other rappers because like they sound more natural.
Yeah.
They like like Hundred Stacks Q is my favorite part of that joint. Um, Ross is my favorite part of that Nevermind joint. I
Rick
didn't
Ross's
care for
verse
any of
was
the
actually
tracks.
not bad at all. You're right. His verse was pretty good.
Yeah, like Rick Ross was fired. Nah, okay, I'm jacking with fire, but like Rick Ross was cool on it, and I was just like, man, like these songs, like Absol, yeah, I don't know. Part of me feels like if Absol was like was having this run like nowadays, like right now in
hmm
this time, like it would have been so much better. Because like
hmm
we would have never gotten to these days.
hmm
Because there would have just been no reason to like make a concept about why you're making a more like catchy sounding record. Like you would just like we would you just would have never done that. Like there's just too many pathways for you to like, you know, succeed not having to do that shit.
hmm
So
Yeah.
this definitely
Um,
feels like a product of the time.
yeah. Uh, yeah, no, you're right. Something definitely went wrong with this album. This album is not what we should have been given. Um, but I do love Just Have Fun. Especially, I will say, the best moment on the whole album, in my opinion, is the outro of Just Have Fun, where it kind of switches up. It's basically like a mini song tagged onto the end of Just Have Fun, where it feels like it could be the title track. Um, the beat is fire. We get that amazing hook from the Oh My's. Um, and then we only get one verse from Soul, but it's a pretty fire verse. His flow was really nice. Um, if the whole album sounded like that, like if we got a full album of that sound from Ab Soul, that would automatically become my favorite Ab Soul album. No debate. But
That
it's
would have been cool.
sadly
Yeah,
only a
I
brief
get
moment
that.
on this album.
What a damn shame.
Um, and then we get Kendrick Lamar's interlude, which I remember when the album came out, that was like it was so disappointing that that was the best moment on the album. Kendrick didn't disappoint at all. It just it makes the album more frustrating that this song is so fire because Kendrick went crazy. Kendrick was doing this delivery a lot at this time where like starting in 2013 around the Control verse where he would like give kind of like a shouty or rap like he was like screaming at the listener kind of almost. Maybe screaming is an intense word to use. Um, but yeah, like he was rapping his fucking ass off. And then Absol gives kind of like almost like a spoken word ish speech towards the end. Um, and at one point towards the end, as Absol is like signing off, he's like, now I'm gonna just let Terrace Martin keep having sex with this saxophone. And I always found it kind of bizarre that he chose to describe Terrace Martin's uh performance that way. Uh just in the sense that I heard it and I was like, did he really just say that? Another frustrating thing about this album is just like around that time, like leading up to 2013, 2014, there was a lot of Absol stuff leaking that was fire. And it felt like the leaks were more fire than what ended up on the album. Like, for as much as I love World Runners, that's not even the best Absol and Lupe collab that came out at that time. Because we had gotten Thorns and Horns around that time as well, and that song is fucking fire. That is Thorns and Horns is the song that made me want an Absol and Lupe Fiasco project. Um, because that song is fire. I'm glad they're still working together from time to time. Um, Another song that came out around that time, I think it was 2013, Christopher Droner, one of my favorite Absol songs. Crazy beat from Willie B, crazy energy and performance from Absol on that song. Um, we got 47 bars from Absol around that time. Uh, so yeah, it was just this album did not deliver. Although I will say these days is actually better than I remembered it being. I will admit that.
I had the opposite experience. It was
Damn.
like I remember like not fucking with it, but like I was listening back. I was like, damn, half of this shit. I can't. This is a. It's like swallowing a penny. Like, like I don't want to. Like, it's like swallowing a rock or some shit. Like I don't want to do this. Like
hmm After after Kendrick's interlude, we get Closure, which is just an unfortunate song. Everything about that song is unfortunate. Um, and I'm not saying that to be mean, just like I'm genuinely saying that like what he's singing about is so sad. Um, but it's also sad that I don't like the song because I want to like the song. Um, because I love hearing an artist, kind of like put their heart out there. But this song just isn't enjoyable to listen to. The singing's not particularly good, which wouldn't be an issue if I feel like he can make it work if like the melody was particularly great or the instrumental was really good, but just nothing about this song is particularly enjoyable. It's like I appreciate the sentiment and what he was trying to go for, but the song itself did not work for me. And then track 11, we get Sapiosexual, worst song on the album in my opinion. Um, this is so fucking corny to me, the whole
oh yeah,
concept.
nah, wait. It's crazy that this nigga's soul was just misusing SZA like this. Like every time SZA pops up on this album, like, god damn, bro, you had SZA and you were doing this shit. What the fuck? Like, yo, nigga, like it's like it's like when people do those like all-star like NBA draft or like all-time NBA drafts,
Mhm.
and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna pick Jordan number one, and then you just pick like just the most bum niggas for the rest of the team. Like that's what this feel like. How do you get SZA and then you just fuck up every use of scissors. I don't know. This is bro,
Oh,
you a wild boy, Absol. You know,
yeah.
yo, nigga,
Oh shit. Okay, I just found out the
yo.
song Sapiosexual. Apparently J. Cole produced this song. So that's kind of I don't know. I now that I'm thinking about it, I actually don't remember what the beat sounds like at all. But yeah, the I mean, maybe this is a thing for people, but the whenever I hear some guy be like, "Nah, bro, you gotta stimulate her mind, bro. You gotta make her mind gasm, bro." I'm just like, bro, shut the fuck up, please. Like, this is the most head ass shit. It's so fucking corny to me. But
I mean, yeah, I don't know. You know,
I mean, I guess it fits. It's in line with Absol's persona, but I don't know. I didn't like it.
yeah, I was in. I could have not heard that.
hmm But then we get Stigmata, which is fire. I will say, I actually could have done without that third verse from that Assad person. Um, but it's not bad. It's just kind of there. I actually thought Action Bronson's verse was pretty hard. Um, and Absol's verse was dope, but that beat is crazy. I love that beat so much. Hold on, let me see who produced that one. Um, oh, Rocky produced that one. Cool. Um, so this is the one where like the whole Jesus thing motif is kind of at its pinnacle. Um, as the title suggests. I don't really get that, but the thing is, like, I see what he's doing, I just don't get the point. Like, what is the relevance of this Christ figure? Um, but they did rap about it in a very cool way, so I'll take it. And the beat is fire. I love the hook as well. Not really any complaints about this one, just could have chopped off that last verse. I didn't think it added that much to it. I would have preferred another verse from Soul.
Yeah, I like that, John. That's a good one.
Um, Track 13 is called Feeling Us featuring J-Rock. I didn't like this song. I thought the hook was lame. Uh, the song just I'm about to say something corny. This song exemplifies how these days is the most soulless Absol album. Boom. I just get nothing from this. Like nothing stands out about this in any way. There's a lot of generic anonymous material here that I feel like I could have gotten from anyone. Like I feel like this is like an AI generated Absol album almost. And then on streaming services, the closing song is Ride Slow featuring Danny Brown and Delusional Thomas or whatever. Mac Miller's alter ego. Um, if you had asked me a couple months ago, I would tell you that this is one of the best songs on the album, and that is Fly. And in many ways, I still agree with that statement. However, I think this song should have ended after Danny's verse because that whole closing section was just a slog to get through. Um, and it just kills any and all momentum. And I I don't really like the delusional Thomas thing. Um, I mean, I've never liked Mac as a rapper at all, but definitely not the delusional Thomas stuff. I'd rather hear him just rap normally. Um, so yeah, that's the closing song on uh streaming services. There's technically one last song on the album called WROH, and it features Jameson, which is really awesome. Uh, Confession. I have not listened to this song because it's not on streaming platforms, so I don't remember what it sounds like. Although I do remember that it ends with like a 20-minute audio clip of Absol having a rap battle with Daylight.
Uh,
Um, and I believe this was my introduction to Daylight when it first came out. And I probably, yeah, this like low key, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of like got me into battle rap a little bit because I had a phase in towards the end of high school where I would just watch like King of the Dot or sometimes URL battles. Um, I wish I had like a good answer when someone asks me who my favorite battle rapper is, because like the only thing I can really think of is Daylight. I never really had a favorite battle rapper. Like I would just watch battles and be like, wow, that guy really did a good job. That was cool. But there's never been a battle rapper who performs so so much better than everyone else so consistently that I've like in my mind narrowed them down to my favorite battle rapper, you know. Like I just think battle rappers in general are incredibly talented.
I agree with that.
Um, but yeah, I kind of wish I did listen to WROH on YouTube just because I feel like it would have I'd like to imagine that it wraps the album up better than Ride Slow does. Ride Slow is kind of a weird point to end on, but yeah, last thing I'll say about these days, Danny Brown's feature is amazing on Ride Slow. That verse is fire. One of my favorite Danny Brown features ever.
You know, that shit hard, yeah. He went crazy.
All right. So, my conclusion on these days, I personally wouldn't call it a bad album. I think it's okay. Uh, it's just really disappointing and really not what I wanted from Absol, especially at that time. Um, Although I do think there are some really good moments on it. Some of my favorite Absol songs ever are on here. And I'd say it's worth checking out if you're an Absol fan. I think that's all I have to say about that album. Tree of Life, World Runners, and Just Have Fun are my top three. Anyway, there you have it, everyone. Today, we've been through a lot. We had our trivia question. We had our 6-7 comment from Jim, Jambalaya Jim. We went back to Kill Karl and Professor Skye. Then we discussed the classic music video, Happy Ending. Then we got to the Fall Off, EA, Nobody Beats the Rogue, and of course, ending it off with Absol these days. Oh, yes, that reminds me. Um, I don't know if you're gonna remember or if you have a way of tying this into the discussion at this point, but we said something about time is precious earlier in the episode, and you were like, that's gonna come up again when we talk about these days. Um, I can't
I
remember.
mean, yeah, yeah. No, I mentioned how like the record just like felt like it took forever,
Hmm.
and it was interesting you talking about like shutting off a record if it's not the vibe, and pretty quickly into these days, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna, I don't think my opinion is gonna change on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's probably one of the most disappointing albums I've ever heard in my life, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's number one, but like that was these days was a big letdown for sure. Kind of like I was more disappointed with these days than I was with Crash Talk by Schoolboy Q.
I feel like I like that one more than I like this one.
Yeah. I mean, they're kind of on the same level to me, but if I don't know. Yeah. I probably listen to these days more, but yeah. Well, there it is. This episode ended up being long as fuck. So I'm sorry about that if you don't have that much time to listen to shit, but you know, sometimes that's just how it goes. Anyway, do you have anything you want to promote before we get out of here?
Nah, nothing for me.
Cool. I also don't have anything to promote. I would just say stay tuned for the next episode in 2 weeks. Check out that O Dawg album, Electronic Art Nobody Beats the Rogue. And yeah, visit focushiphop.com and buy I Am the Female Wheezy on Bandcamp. Wait till Bandcamp Friday, then buy it. Buy it once, buy it again on Bandcamp Friday.
Yeah, I like money.
Speaking of money, I also like money. Subscribe to my Patreon. Anyway, legalize it, don't demonize it. Stay keefy, my brothers and sisters. And as always, peace out.
FocusHipHop.com, biznitch.